This is something money can't buy. This is not something you can go to a showroom and book a test drive for.
Okay, sir. 1 minute. We are going.
It's such a crowd puller that authorities have to come and ask us to disperse. That's the power that the Contessa has. Get to pick a hot wheel. Don't look inside, but just pick one randomly and show it to the camera. Pick one. They're all different. Just go closer and show it to the camera. Nice, nice, nice.
Why don't we do a 0 to 100?
Yeah, okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, obviously. That's never a bad idea. In 1985, Hindustan Motors introduced the Ambassador in India, and up until 84, that was the only car that they were selling in our country. So what happened in 84? Well, India got given the Contessa, and immediately everyone started calling it the Desi muscle car. And honestly, it might be out of production, but it still turns heads. We'll talk a lot about the car, but before that, let's quickly meet the owner.
Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Amaan Baig, and I'm a doctor by profession, aspiring to be a surgeon. And I'm from Bangalore, this is my hometown. So this is my 1997 Contessa, and I've owned it for a very short time compared to its age. It's the oldest thing I own, and it's in fact older than me, and I'd love to show you guys my car.
Every time I look at a Contessa, it just makes me so happy. So Amaan, you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. And tell me a little bit about your car.
See, the whole thing started off when I wanted a car for my college life. Okay, so my dad was about to buy me something like really boring. He said, take something within around 10-15 lakhs.
Yep.
So we were looking at a few options.
Yep.
But then I told my dad, Pa, I don't want any of this. I don't want 15 lakhs. I want much less than that. And we went to Mysore, and this is not the first car I looked at. This is, I think, around the 20th car, I'd say.
20th Contessa or 20th
20th
car?
Contessa.
Oh,
all right. So I had looked at a lot of Contessas.
Okay.
And one particular reason why I picked this particular car is because of the number. Yeah.
Which is?
I mean, you have to see it to know it, but yeah, I'll tell you, 6969.
Nice.
So I don't know, it appealed to me while I was in college.
Right.
So yeah, I got the car, and initially it was black and it had some vinyl over it.
Now,
Yeah.
one thing in particular I liked when you described this little story is that you looked at 20 Contessas.
Yeah.
So you were clear that you wanted a Contessa.
Absolutely.
Is there a reason to that?
I mean, I guess I could sum it up in one line is that I'm never going to be 20 in a muscle car ever again. The money will come and go, but I'm never going to be 20 in a muscle car.
What other fond memories? Because I'm sure since you were in college with this car, you might have a lot.
Oh, I have a lot of memories with this car.
What's
and
the most... Okay, tell me the most mischievous one.
mischievous one, is
Yeah.
it? After dropping my girl off, I did a burnout in this car in the middle of college. Everybody's watching, everybody's looking at me. Okay, they are already, halfway looking at me. And when I did the burnout and the car goes vroom, and everybody's just, turning towards it and laughing. It's a rear wheel drive. I don't know if you guys understand this, but it's a technicality. Front wheel drive means the front tire spin, and the rear wheel drive means the rear tire spin. So in a muscle car, the most important thing is a rear wheel drive setup.
And this car is still able to do it?
Of course, I have a Volvo XC90. And I have a Toyota Fortuner and a Toyota Camry.
Oh, nice, nice. The Camry is quite a nice car, but
I can tell you one thing, that none of them give this much mileage. This gives around 16, 17. In the city, it's around 15, and none of those cars will ever give you close to this.
This is the naturally aspirated diesel, right?
It's a naturally aspirated diesel. and it's not the turbo, unfortunately.
Yeah. That engine had to be brought in from a newer...
It was brought in from a newer Ambassador
Right.
from 2007.
Right.
Got the engine changed, part of it.
What are your future plans with it?
My future plans with it is to never sell it and drive it till the day I die.
You don't want to
This is
get
the
rid of
way it
something
is.
like this, right?
Of course you can't. This is
All
something money can't buy.
Right.
This is not something you can go to a showroom and book a test drive for. I mean, my family, they don't like the car.
Really?
They don't.
Why?
Well, they think, they make jokes that, the car will break down. Okay, ab gayi. ab baithne wali hai.
Okay.
Every time it makes a weird noise, they're like, ab gayi. Why didn't we get the other car?
Yeah.
That's the concept, okay?
All right, Amaan, can we go out for a little spin?
Of course.
And we'll take this discussion into the car. Before that, let's quickly start her up and make you hear the car. In 1979, Vauxhall was approached by Hindustan Motors because they were seeking production licenses and tooling capabilities to manufacture the Vauxhall Victor FE in India. They did succeed in getting the licensing, the technology, the press for manufacturing these panels in India, and they set up their own manufacturing facility in Kolkata. It was set up right next to that of the Ambassador, and back then it was a very basic manufacturing facility. In fact, most of the parts were fit by hand, and the car barely moved from its position. So when the car was introduced, to keep the production cost low, Hindustan Motors had offered a BMC-sourced 1.5-litre engine, and it had 50 horsepower. Imagine a car this bulky and of this size being offered with a 50 horsepower engine. They did have a higher output engine, but that only had 4 extra horses, so 54. And the transmission that was paired with this engine was also very old. This engine and transmission used to do duties in the Ambassador, and they put the exact same thing in the Contessa. As owners started driving it, they realized that it needs more power, and that is when Hindustan Motors started looking for a different engine partner. And that is when the 1.8-litre petrol engine came in. This was an Isuzu-sourced engine, and that gave birth to the Contessa Classic. Now, the initial Contessas had a rectangular headlamp, and the later ones had this sort of a setup. You had the quad headlamp setup. So when you see them on the road, if you see this setup, it means that this is a newer version. It had more power. Eventually, in the early 1990s and towards the late 1990s, 2 new engines were offered. One was a 2-litre naturally aspirated diesel engine, again an Isuzu engine, and that is what is doing duty with this car. And the last engine that the Contessa was offered with was a 2-litre turbo diesel, again an Isuzu engine. These engines were also introduced with the Ambassador, but by that time it was too late for Hindustan Motors to actually make this exciting. Also, one point of debate, yes, it is known as the Desi muscle car, but if you look at the definition of a muscle car, it basically is a 2-door car with a big engine, and it has to be produced or manufactured in the USA, and this is none of those. But just the design of it, it had this long bonnet, it looked muscular, is why we call it the Desi muscle car. So I'm sorry, boys and girls, to break that bubble. It is a great car. I would definitely want to own one myself, but calling it a muscle car is going to be a disgrace for the Mustang and the Challenger, because those cars have a lot more to offer, a lot more performance and engagement to offer. Nice comfy seats. Also, the ride is cushiony. Like it has that floaty sort of a feel to it. That feeling of driving something which has a long bonnet, it gives you that sort of a feeling as if this is...
Nothing's gonna buy you this feeling.
Right. These blinker noises, have they always been in the car?
Yes.
Or? Okay. Okay. Still surprising to see that these things are still working.
Yeah, I mean, what was basic right now was pretty much a luxury back in 1997.
Of course, yeah. I mean, air conditioning, power steering, and all of those things that people just take for granted these days. Yeah. That's the kind of reaction, right?
Yeah. I have to keep a thumb up.
Nice.
I was driving one day from work, and I had a very kind of a rough day, I'd say.
Okay.
Alright. So while it was home time for the school kids and all the school buses were going, so one fine day, while I was going and these school buses just passed by me, they all started clapping for me.
Oh,
my God. It was just so beautiful,
Nice.
Because like, it's always said that if God is far away, you gotta make a child smile. Okay?
Yeah.
So when so many kids started clapping for me, it just felt so special to me. Yes, I felt like Spider-Man.
Okay, after driving for a good 2 minutes, the cabin is pretty cool now. The AC works just fine. It's I've never seen this setup actually.
It's a pretty old setup.
Yeah. Nice.
And when I got this AC freshly fixed, it literally used to freeze the car.
Okay.
It was so powerful, like literally,
yeah.
I think things back then were just much better quality.
Yeah. They were built to last longer.
Yeah.
That is true.
But not the AC off, and I'll show you how fast this car goes.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we actually have to do a little. I mean, if you bring it to a complete halt, and then let's do a little acceleration of sorts. Yeah, that sort of a thing.
Sounds good.
Okay. No, they want a photo.
Oh, hi. Oh, they want a photo?
Yeah, they want a photo.
Maybe we should give them a photo?
Yeah, why not?
Why the hell not, Make someone's day nicer.
Yeah. If people can give you joy, you might as well.
I park it right next to the car?
Yeah, that's where they want it.
That's where they want it, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna go out, say hi. Hi, how are you? Good. You like the car? You like that car? You know what car it is?
Contessa.
It is the Contessa.
Okay, sir. 1 minute. We are going.
It's such a crowd puller that authorities have to come and ask us to disperse. That's the power that the Contessa has. Look at this kid. There you go. Hi. Thank you all. Very happy wedding.
We do 0 to 100.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, obviously. That's never a bad idea. Nice. You can feel the torque moving this heavy machine ahead. Some quick gear shifts. We're definitely gathering speed. Nice. We're putting up a show for our audience out here. And there we go, the smell of diesel has started to enter the cabin. It takes us back 20 years. Immediately takes me back 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years ago this fast.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was unheard of, right? This car, the way it's performing today.
Yeah.
That was an epic run. Still so surprised that this car can do these sort of speeds. Does this take you back to your college days?
Of course it does.
Must have been like a regular thing to do, right? Like take this car out of the drive.
Oh my god, I was really naughty in this car.
Amaan, that was great fun. I mean, it was absolutely great fun, and I'm not even making this up. And it was great to have you in the driver's seat. But now it's time for me to put you under the spotlight and have some more fun. But thank you so much, Amaan. We'll just head in and we'll quickly just admire the car in this beautiful, sunlight. And look at how pretty she looks as the sun sets on it. What's your name?
Aditya.
Aditya, nice to meet you. Do you like cars?
Of course I do.
Aditya, what is this car?
I think it's a Hindustan Motors Contessa.
It is. I'll just show it to the camera. Aditya has named it right. It is the Hindustan Motors Contessa. Well, Aditya, you had all the answers answered correctly, basically. You had all the questions answered correctly, so you get to pick a Hot Wheel. Don't peek inside, man. Come on.
I really wanted to see.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but do show it to the camera. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Aditya, for your time. What's your name, sir?
Karmanya.
Karmanya. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a very unique name. What is the name of the brand that used to make Contessa?
It's HM
You're right. Yes. It is. Full form of HM is?
Hindustan Motors.
You're right. Wow. Definitely right. So you get to pick a Hot Wheel. Don't look inside, but just pick one randomly and show it to the camera. Pick one. They're all different. I hope that you get a good one.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Can you show it to the camera once? Just go closer and show it to the camera. Nice. All right. Thank you so much. Hi. What's your name?
I'm Omkar.
Omkar. Nice to meet you, Omkar. Do you like cars?
Yeah, I like a lot.
You like a lot? Okay. In which state did Hindustan Motors manufacture vehicles?
I'll go with West Bengal.
West Bengal is the right answer, yes. So West Bengal, yes, in Uttar Para is where their factory was based. But thank you so much, Omkar, for your time. And pick one
Okay, I'll pick one.
and show it to the camera. Oh, that's a nice one. I like it.
Shadow minivan.
It is a minivan. Thank you so much, Omkar. Thank you for your time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that section. Now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, Amaan, for getting your car, for spending time here
Thank
with
you
us.
so much too. I really enjoyed this.
Well,
I
that's
learned
great
a lot
to hear.
about the history about the car and things I didn't know.
Well, I'm glad you had a great time. And as a token of appreciation, we have a little goodie bag for you.
Thank you so much.
And I hope to see you sometime soon.
All right.
All right? All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that. And we'll drop in a new episode soon. Up until next time, drive safe.